Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in again to another one here on the coach's desk. We appreciate you being here. So people, drama unfold last evening in the men's 100 meters, the women's 100 meters as well. I mean, yesterday was so exciting that it unfolded into some sort of dramatic happenings at the National Stadium. I mean, it was so exciting, my people. I was flabbergasted. I did not know what to say. I was dumbstruck because of all that took place. Oh my word. I tell you. But let's start out with the women's 100 meters because, I mean, going into the finals, I predicted like an MVP 1, 2, 3 because there were a lot of MVP athletes there. The MVP athletes were doing exceptionally well as they make themselves into the finals. And to our surprise, well, not really a surprise, you have Tina Clayton taking the top spot. Tina was poised, Tina was aggressive, and she ended up being a top and the national champion and a new personal best for her. Right, so it was very exciting. She's now back to winning ways. She's now back to being the fastest twin. She clocked 10.81 seconds. Shericka Jackson was in second, 10.88. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, 10.91. And to talk about Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I definitely would have to do another video because the extraordinary Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce absolutely made the team. Now, in fourth was Jodine Williams, 11.02. Jonelle Smith was fifth, 11.06. Alana Reid, 11.13. Ashanti Moore, 11.19. And tragedy struck where Tia Clayton, she did not finish. She wasn't able to finish. Of course, we saw that heavily bandaged hamstring and she was not able to finish that race. I mean, it was a sad moment, but it's just the nature of the sport. Things like these happen. Last year she was on top, making the team, and her sister was on the sidelines. She was in the same race, both of them was in the same race, but one had to stop. I hear a lot of conspiracy theory going around about, they stopped because they wanted Shelly to make the team. That is absolutely nonsense. If Tia was running, Tia was in the mix, I think she was, I don't even know what to say, but that top end was really chipping in for Tia, and she was right in the mix. So I don't know what folks are talking about. We can see somebody being injured and talking about they allow somebody, they look at theatrics. Nah. But again, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is in another world championship games. Oh my word. Shelly, I have to do a separate video for Shelly, people. Don't know, I have to do another episode of that girl, Shelly-Ann. And of course, I'm glad that it will continue because Shelly into the world championship. So let's look quickly at the men's 100 meters. That one was filled with so much drama. Oh my word, that one was so dramatic. We were expecting, a Brian Lavelle. We were expecting a oblique Seville and the Kishane Thompson, of course, to be, doing what they were supposed to do. But there was some big drama, big delay when they went down in the block. Oh my word, oblique Seville started to apparently feel some pain in his right hamstring, and that was devastating. He started to cry. He started to curse himself, curse his luck. But I believe that whatever happened, oblique Seville said, "Not today, Satan." Oblique said, "Not today, Satan. It cannot work today." And I've never seen anything like this before. And we have to credit the starters. We have to credit the starters because if you look at things, they actually, hold out. They allowed him to get treatment. The other racers were, putting themselves at risk to ensure that Oblique was a part of the race. So that is very commendable. That is very good on the part of the starters. Oftentimes we curse them about the false start thing, but definitely we have to big them up for this one. They did exceptionally well in that circumstances. You know what I mean? So big up to the starters. Oblique Seville, I mean, I based on how he was feeling, how he was reacting, I said to myself, and I was on the live stream and say, Oblique should not run. This is just hit. But I mean, apparently there was something that jumped into Oblique that told him, listen, this is it, is that a run or go home, and Oblique decided that he was going to chance. If you saw the race, you see where he tentatively get out of the blocks. He wasn't running that explosive like he did in the semifinals, but you can see that Oblique is in tip-top shape. Anybody doubt Oblique? Probably him doubt himself. But after this courageous run, on have to put some respect on Oblique, and this would be a real story if Oblique were to go to the Tokyo World Championship and win it all. But for me, that top end speed really put him back into the race, and he was able to come second. That is commendable. You know what I mean? But Kishane Thompson, we have to talk about Kishane Thompson. He won in a new personal best, 9.75 seconds. The wind reading, I mean, it was positive 0.8 meters per second. Kishane Thompson ran a very fluid race. In a post-game interview, Kishane was still not, completely satisfied with that run. But my word, if he want anything else, that means Kishane is cooking. And he said that he wants to unlock a new level of speed. A matter of fact, he has the new level of speed, but he doesn't know how to unlock it because of the phases he has to go through in the 100 meters. It takes a lot to know, to go through the different phases. So I'm telling you, this 9.75 put the world on notice, me I tell you. Big run from Kishane Thompson. Oblique Seville 9.83. Can you imagine a man on 1 foot, a man with hamstring problem run 9.8? I predicted 9.7 to run from both, and I surely believe that if Oblique had gotten that start, it would have happened. And I also said that third place would be running 9.8. Fortunately for Hakeem Blake, he ran that 9.88. Big up to Hakeem Blake. A lot of us doubted Hakeem Blake, and Hakeem Blake came out and he put in a very good start. Hey, one time I think Hakeem will win a race. Kishane have to go in a overdrive. Me I tell you if pass Hakeem. Oville have to go in a overdrive to pass Hakeem. But big up to Hakeem Blake. He did exceptionally well. Raheem Ford was 4.98. Rowan Watson 10.04, K-John goes to 10.07, Boaji Nkumi 10.09, and Brian Level. This is also dramatic to see Brian Level. He was right in the mix, but he seemed to have felt something. And this is coming off the heels of him running a PB in the semifinals, so he was pretty vulnerable at that time. And I tell you, he did the right thing. Pull back, did not make the 100-meter team for whatever reason. I hope that whatever he felt was not anything too serious to keep him out of the 200 meters, because that would be a travesty. That would be something that we would not be looking forward to. But people, trust me, big run. Even though it was filled with drama, courageous run from Oblique Seville. Boy, may I tell you. It was first I'm watching a race and I became so dumbstruck. I didn't know what to say. I don't know what. I just didn't know what to say, because I've never seen anything like this in my entire lifetime. right? And we have to big up the Excelsior youngsters. Them eat up the 100 meters on the boys' side. Big up to Excelsior and the crew. David Riley, they are doing an exceptional job. I had to mention that the 100 meters for the juniors, they did well. People, drop your comment in the chat. Tell me what you think. Until next time, stay safe. Peace.